Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 3. Today we're going to be talking about the Battle Royale that I was able to do in my 3-hour breakdown or footage video that I did last week. At the time of recording this video, I actually have to get on a plane in about 3 hours time. I've just come back from Cambridge where myself and other creators such as Evolution Square, Best and Slot, Game and Beaver, Rudy Renkamel and The Lady Designer, we were all invited out to Frontier and a lot of good things happened. I can't talk about it just yet, but I promise you guys you'll see something soon. It was very, very good. So yeah, I can't wait to talk about it, basically. But yes, so this video may be a little bit on the rushed side, but I do want to talk about some other things and some of my other concerns from Jurassic World Evolution 3 in today's video. I can tell, you can probably tell by the title that this is supposed to be some kind of Battle Royale, because this is my first ever quote-unquote Battle Royale for Jurassic World Evolution 3. I know you guys enjoyed them when I did it in Evolution 1 and Evolution 2, so of course we're going to do them in Evolution 3 as well. But this is essentially taken from my 3-hour gameplay footage that I got in London, and I believe that you may have already seen this because I think this was from my first session, so it's probably in the first half of that video, but I understand not everyone is going ahead and watching 3 hours of Jurassic World Evolution content. That's why yesterday's video, or the last video, was basically just talking about the Pyroraptor and building and how it can swim, and then building an exhibit for the Pyroraptor. So that was really, really good. But today, it's more about the battling. So we kind of went ahead, because at this point in time, I remember I was sat down there, I was kind of like overwhelmed with everything that I was playing. I got to see most species here, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to get as many species out as possible, try to see if sauropods can fight back, any new death animations, any new fighting animations, and that's kind of the idea behind it. I went ahead and made a little mini Battle Royale. Now, one thing you'll see me doing here, every time I modify these skins for the dinosaurs, you'll see here I'm modifying the skin, I'm trying to pick the skin, tiger, ghost, red, panthera, which I'm pretty sure were all males in Jurassic World Dominion, then that got retconned to being females. Either way, but you'll see that I'll actually move my mouse to the bottom right. There you go. Every single time I go to the requirements section with 180,000, I did it again, see, and I'm clicking, I'm like, why is it not going? So that's just, I don't know if that's just me, but I'm pretty sure other people might have that issue, because that's where you actually go to begin incubation or to pay to create the dinosaur. But when you go to edit the skin, that option to breed the dinosaur there isn't available, so hopefully that's a UI change when the game does release, just because it's quite irritating to remember what screen you're in and not be able to pay for the dinosaurs when you're there and you've just done the skin. You know, save and exit, it just makes it a little bit longer. So yeah, here my thought process was I'm going to try and get different types of carnivores out, because they'll probably be able to hunt each other. I'm going to get the Archaeornithomimus out because everyone hates it for some reason. People are despising the Archaeornithomimus right now, so I thought if they want to see it dead, I'll kill it. But then I also did the Ankylodocus, because if there's any sauropod that should be able to fight back, it's the Ankylodocus. Spoiler alert, it does not. It unfortunately does not. This actually interests me. It's the evolution model of the Allosaurus.
The Allosaurus, a big bipedal predator that will happily hunt or scavenge for food. This animal really isn't a fussy eater. And on that note, I'm just gonna take a few thousand steps back.
Yeah, so that was actually the very first time that I was like, oh, okay, the evolution designs are going to be in the game. So of course I needed to get that out, I needed to showcase it, and then I found the Chaos, or the Camp Cretaceous skins for the Baryonyx, Chaos, Grim, and I believe Limbo's on the male section for some reason as well. But that basically confirmed that. But I think for the Ankylosaurus, there's somebody, or at least there's a rumors going around, that they didn't see a bumpy skin. But I'm sure they will be in the game at launch, don't worry. This is, again, a beta build that we were playing just for this event back in London on Friday last week, I think it was. So it's been almost a week, basically. So yeah, we're just going through all of the skins because, you know, this is a Battle Royale. But again, this is all very, very new to us. This is the first time we got to play the game. So we're also exploring it, and this is our very first gameplay. There we go, we have the Demon Carnotaurus as a female, and Toro being a male. I thought it was the other way around, to be honest, but hey-ho. So yeah, this video is again just a live commentary. I'm not going to cut out any of my ums and ers and all of that, or even the deadpan silence as well. So you get all natural me right now. Just because it's nice to watch back some of these things. I of course did need to trim down the footage, so I did watch back this footage just a little bit. Oh, the Chasmosaurus male looks really good. I never noticed that before. I don't think I was really focusing on it, but the male Chasmosaurus looks fantastic. Definitely one of my favorite sauropods. Oh, I saw the Guanlong as well. I was like, I have to get the Guanlong out, especially at least for a thumbnail. And then I never really ended up using the Guanlong as a thumbnail. Who knows? Maybe I will later down the line, but there's not too much use for the Guanlong as when it comes to content. But there is a lot happening for Evolution 3. Here it is, the Guanlong. One of the very first new species for Jurassic World Evolution 3. Did they talk about it? Yeah.
What a beautiful dinosaur! Its name? Guanlong. Roughly translates as crown dragon from Chinese. Makes sense too, because that impressive nasal crest shows that this animal, it's an amazing addition to the site, so let's try and give it the royal treatment, right?
Of course, of course. Yeah, this is when I was trying to get the Guanlong thumbnail, because one thing that people have an issue with, and I don't really understand why they do, is the fact that it kind of looks like Jurassic World Evolution 2. Now, I don't get me wrong, I understand why people are saying that, because it does kind of look like Evolution 2, but that's the aesthetic of the Evolution series. The greens are going to be very similar. Like when I loaded in to the Hawaii map, the map felt like he's the Mataceros.
Introducing the high-spined lizard, the Acrocanthosaurus. The prominent spinal ridge for which it is named supports a mass of muscle, helping it rip apart flesh and sinew alike. It is fearsome, naturally, but it's hard not to appreciate such an incredible animal. Oh, but if you're squeamish, watching it feed may spoil that appreciation a touch.
Here's the male Atrociraptor.
Underestimate the Atrociraptor and it could be the last thing you ever do. This dinosaur is a lethal predator. And worse, I've heard rumors of them getting trained to attack specific targets. We should give our animals a better life than that.
Damn straight, Cabot, Lambert.
Those dinosaurs are really not happy about cohabiting. And any unstable system demands
Ian, it's fine.
the courage to face its implications.
It's
You're gonna need
fine.
to be brave to resolve this mess, or at the very least, cowardly but efficient. Honestly, I'd be happy either way.
I also got rid of the fences because I saw that there were some pedestrians walking down this area, and of course, you know, if you get like a pedestrian kill, it might have a new animation, but I don't think that actually were. I don't think I saw any of them, unfortunately, but I think some footage or some clips appeared on my timeline, and basically they don't really do anything. I know Bessenslot and I both tested about the babies trying to kill guests. We both tested with the baby Tyrannosaurus because they were pretty much there on the other map, and it just doesn't do anything. Like, reading back, they do say that the pedestrians can get injured by the baby dinosaurs, and I made a point to say, hey, it says injured, you know? So I doubt that they can kill them. So what I think it is basically the babies can run into the humans and knock them over and injure them that way. But as for killing them, it does not seem likely. So here's the Ankylodocus, just released. I love the Ankylodocus. Hated it in Evolution 1. Hated it. But in Evolution 2, fantastic. Oh, and the Giganotosaurus evolution model is back. One of my favorite designs, that's for sure. One thing I did notice, however, is that the... Let me double check. Yeah, so the Giganotosaurus in Jurassic World Dominion is actually a male, but the Dominion skin for it is only in the... Is it going to show it? No, it's not. The Dominion skin is only in the female section. So, and of course, the models are a little bit off because I think the male Giganotosaurus has bigger spine ridges, but then the female one has the movie accurate spine ridges. But of course, in the movie, it was a male. So there are some little tweaks here and there that I'm sure Frontier will eventually sort. But again, that's just me being very nitpicky. So I don't think many people are going to realize it or have an issue. So I don't think it's really a big deal. And yeah, I had a chat with Frontier about some things, and they're very much listening to you guys' feedback. I can promise you that for a fact. There'll be more information later down the line, but
This
just wait and
hybrid,
see.
the Ankylodocus, might look nice and docile, but it was engineered for defense. A tough armored hide, a whip-like tail with a club on the end. Yeah, this dinosaur should come with a warning tag around his neck.
No, it shouldn't, because it doesn't do anything. Like, I'd understand that dialogue if the Ankylodocus did something, but it doesn't do anything. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to speed through this bit because I'm sure there's some people out there who like to see, like, the release of the flying reptiles, but this doesn't really aid anything. I was hoping they'd break out, maybe see a breakout animation, but I don't really think I did see anything. The 2001 Pteranodon skin is back, which is really nice. I don't think you can change the skins, although, because I think it's registered as a skin and not a model, which is slightly annoying. Also released the Quetzalcoatlus, the big boy. And here we are. We get back into action, and here you can see the Allosaurus trying to take down the Ankylodocus, bites the back of the leg, screams in pain, but does not swing its tail. See, it's just a tiny animation that can be added there for the Ankylodocus's tail to swing and hit the Allosaurus. Just something like that would be really nice. I think at this point I actually turned over to Dangerville and I said, that's unfortunate, the sauropods don't fight back still. So, I don't know, but I have a feeling that Evolution 3 is going to be like really supported and heavily developed throughout the next few years, so maybe they might add something later down the line. It feels like Evolution 1 but on steroids, and what I mean by that is that Evolution 1 didn't release in a great state in hindsight, but they did certainly add loads of additions and changed a lot of things for the game to make it better. So I'm sure they'll do the same for Evolution 3 with little things like this. Also, the death animation for the Ankylodocus, it flops on the floor right there. That's it. So it says fatally wounded by Acrocanthosaurus as well. So it is unfortunate, but you know, things happen. Here's the best feathered creature in the game, the Eutyrannus.
Feathered Tyrant, Eutyrannus. Now this Tyrannosaur ruffled a few feathers when it was first discovered. The overwhelming reaction was excitement though, just as I'm excited to see this animal in person now. It's amazing.
Beautiful creature. I really, really like Eutyrannus. Also, I have a habit of deselecting the eggs as well. Slightly annoying. It's because I think I have to select the eggs for the ones that I want to breed. Here we are, battling.
Its name might be a mouthful, but the Archaeornithomimus has still managed to capture
Same
hearts and
animations.
minds. And no surprise either. There's something about its bird-like stature that just feels kind of charming, you know? I have zero doubts that this one will be a real hit with our guests.
Funny you say that, Isaac. Not many people like the Archaeornithomimus right now.
Hunting in groups requires
yes,
these animals
yes,
to
yes.
both communicate
We've got a lot to
and
talk about.
coordinate their actions. Amazing.
Pack hunting.
And yes, a little terrifying.
So yeah, pack hunting does return. It's the same animations as from Evolution 2. I didn't suspect pack hunting would change all that much just because it's a somewhat unique animation. But they kind of do it with the same species over and over again, which is slightly annoying. But either way, it's still fun nonetheless. The main issue is the battling, because that animation has been the same since the first game. So it's kind of a big enough issue to warrant a discussion and warrant this video, in my opinion, that is. Had to release some T-Rexes. Had to release them. So, yeah, the unfortunate thing is that the battling system in Jurassic World Evolution 3 is going to be practically the exact same that we've had for such a long time now. And I do hope that they maybe change that later down the line, but down the line. But I'm not too sure if they will. We got to see some things, and I have a lot of respect for Frontier employees and how hard they work. So, but either way, you know, seeing some kind of new battling animation would be really nice. Maybe some ambush animations would be really cool, because you can see already that there are some social interactions where they kind of like run into the social animation. So I like that. I like that feature that they've added for some dinosaurs. So maybe you can repurpose those social animations into something like an ambush animation. So let's say one dinosaur stays still for a while and then another dinosaur runs in front of its path, and then from there runs straight and attacks the dinosaur.
Classic example of an apex predator, the Giganotosaurus. This is one of the largest terrestrial carnivores. They certainly named it well.
They did. And here I am trying to get some thumbnails. Gotta get some thumbnails when you're making a possible video like this. Dead Archaeornithomimus, both Evolution and Dominion variants. Then we also have the Tyrannosaurus Allosaurus. So this is the closest I got to a Battle Royale. Again, I was just hoping that they did something with the animations, because I had a feeling that they didn't. But again, if they didn't, then I was going to make this video anyways, just to discuss, like, hey, Frontier, if you can, I understand it's hard work, but if you can, have some kind of ambush into the fighting animations. For example, like I said, the social interactions where they run and then they run into the social animations. If they had something like that where there's, let's say there's a T-Rex in the grass or in the foliage and it just stands still, and then a Eutyrannus, Metriacanthosaurus, whatever, runs in front of it and then kind of just stops, then the T-Rex ambushes. Kind of how like a cat likes to ambush. So something like that would work really well, and then they'd get like the first bite and then it can turn into the circle animation. Because that's a key point of Evolution, is the battles and obviously the dinosaurs as well.
The right scenery can have a profound effect on an animal's well-being. Let's see just how beneficial it can be to these animals.
But then that just, it doesn't overhaul
there was a time
the animations.
Where I had nothing but respect for the great minds behind this hybrid. The research it required, the careful genetic splicing of so many exaggerated predator characteristics. Now I respect its creators far less, but the Indominus Rex itself still demands all.
Yeah. So as I said, that way you don't like overhaul the animation completely, because I know there's going to be a lot of upsetness if they do get rid of it to some degree. But it makes it feel a little bit more unique. It feels like it's changed if you were to have like the battle animations happen eventually. Like, if you know what I mean. I think I've been terribly describing this very, very badly. But hopefully you understand it, because it just adds a little bit more. Like, it feels new without actually being new, if you know what I mean. Here's the Spinosaurus, coming towards the end of the recording.
We've got a semi-aquatic legend on site now. The Spinosaurus is a menacing figure on land, but it really comes into its own in the water. Just imagine that iconic sail slicing through the waves as it approaches your boat. Feels like something out of a movie. Well, maybe also something out of a nightmare, huh?
For sure, for sure. Yeah, I tried to get the Spinosaurus to swim, but I wasn't too sure how to get that to happen. I knew it had to be deep water, but I was thinking, is it only going to swim when it's hungry, because it can hunt in the deep water and whatnot, but, you know, it is what it is. But we did eventually get to see the Spinosaurus swim in this gameplay. Again, I've uploaded that on the channel, so go ahead and watch that one. But yeah, this Battle Royale didn't go as planned because, again, I was very... I was on time constraints. This was the first ever gameplay, the first session. So I knew that I had maybe about an hour 30 to play the game. And then obviously I already played most of the game via the campaign, and I was taking my time with the campaign as well. So I was certain that it was coming to an end, and this is pretty much the latter half of what we got up to on that Friday. Because I'm pretty sure at this point I took my headset off because something was happening. I remember hearing some things, some sounds, and if you watched the vlog of the event, I also, we got pushed into a bunker, basically. So at this point they were like, hey, we need to go, we need to evacuate the dinosaurs out of containment, we need to evacuate you to safety. And I think at this point, that's where it came to an end. Yeah, because now I've sped it up. So thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. We have some more exclusive and fun Jurassic World Evolution content coming relatively soon. But most importantly, make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.